I'm Eleanor Etienne.
And I'm Paige Van Osta.
And this is Art Review.
We're going to start off this episode by going to Art Reach and celebrating their 35th anniversary with them.
who don't know me, my name is Kathy Hill. I'm the Executive Director here at Outreach, and we appreciate you coming here to celebrate our 35th birthday. Thank you, and please, I have to ask you to eat the cupcakes, because if you don't, then the staff will. That's not a good thing. So, good afternoon and welcome. Thank you for sharing our 35th birthday celebration with us this afternoon. As you can see, we have much to be thankful for since Outreach was founded 35 years ago. Our programs are flourishing, our presence in the community is vital, and our commitment to keeping the arts and culture alive in Mount Pleasant is stronger than ever. Outreach has a policy of thanking our most ardent supporters by designating them as art treasures. This award was first given to Olga Dennison for her incredible support in keeping Outreach afloat during the early years. Joining Olga as art treasurers have been Adonia Hersey, Sandy's mom, David and Paula Shirley, Rose Wonderbaum Trains, who is here, my lovely friend, Vea Chimichan, Isabella Bang, and Ann and John Jensen. Today, we are here to honor two more recipients of this highest Outreach honor, Sandy Olson and Lon Morey. Nedra Fisher has also been selected to receive this award, but she is out of the state, so we'll have her presentation at another date. She couldn't be here. Jeff Hoyle, our past board president, will make the official presentation to Lon and Sandy, but I'd like to share a few personal thoughts first. Lon Morey and Sandy Olson have literally taken this organization to the next level. Whenever I approach business owners for financial support for new programs, the first question they ask is, where is Lon on this one? That's the truth. Lon's support and trust through the Morey Foundation have provided leverage unlike any other. His trust in the idea of the Banner Festival literally paid for the first banners. I mean, we didn't have money for it, so they paid for that. He sat patiently and listened when I pitched the idea of Art Walk Central, and again, the Morey Foundation was on board and allowed me to solicit other businesses successfully. The Morey Foundation has been the lead sponsor of our annual auction for more years than I can count. When Lon was approached to be honorary chair of the capital campaign, he agreed and made an incredible lead gift that gave us the leverage to approach other businesses and look at the result. We're standing among the fruits of that labor right here. He and the Morey Foundation have been so generous with their support and have provided us with the tools to grow beyond our wildest expectations. His belief in the importance of the arts is obvious, and I personally thank you, Lon, for your friendship and your generosity. I met Sandy Olson. This is a true story. When she came to me my first year here at Outreach, and she called and said, Kathy, I'd like to come talk to you about a donation. Do you have time to meet? To which I replied, why, yes, I do. That's true. I don't know if you remember, but I went home and said, Jim, you're not going to believe what happened today. She said that her mom, Donnie Hersey, wanted to make a donation and asked me what we needed at Outreach. We were in desperate need of a new copy machine and an additional half-time staff person, as there were only 2 of us on staff at that time. Those contributions alone were huge, but Sandy isn't one to write a check and sit back. She is a worker bee as well as a great leader. She recognized staffing needs and so supported 2 part-time positions that literally allowed us to implement program ideas that we just hadn't been able to do without the manpower. We now have necessary staffing for the 15 programs we run annually and a much lower level of stress. Working with Sandy has been one of the highlights of my time at Outreach. Her insight, compassion, and kind nature have served the organization in ways that cannot be measured, and on a personal level have given me a friend who I admire and appreciate and love. Thank you, Sandy, for your financial support and even more, for your insight, your belief in what it is we're trying to do, and for your loyal friendship. And now I'm going to hand the microphone over to Jeff, and I think at the end Sandy wanted to say a word. Does that still true? Thanks, Jeff.
All right, I'd like to extend my welcome to you all, and it's certainly a privilege to be part of this great organization. Thank you for coming out and participating with us, enjoying the celebration. See if I can follow my lines here now. this is an important time to honor these, obviously, two special people. The Art Treasures Award is the highest award given by Outreach to individuals and organizations that have provided significant and various types of support to Outreach. So we'll hear about the financial, but there's much more than that. Show me the back. Good. Art Treasures are distinguished by their active involvement in the growth, and impact of the various facets of Outreach as it serves Mid-Michigan. Today, as Kathy has mentioned, we're honoring Sandy Olson and Lon Maury. And I was asked them to come up here, but they're already here. So Sandy and Lon, on behalf of Outreach, it's certainly my privilege to thank you for your contributions as donors and service that you've extended to Outreach, and from the Board of Trustees. We certainly appreciate all you've done for us. We appreciate your support and hold you as our art treasures. Please accept the certificates that will be extended to you as a small token of our appreciation. Thank you very much.
I'd just like to say that working with Outreach has been a true treasure for me. I have loved working with the Chair Fair Committee and have been rewarded by working with the trustees. I'd like to thank the staff, without whom we could not do anything at all. And this is special to me because 10 years ago, my mother was also named a trustee. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, I'd like to thank you for the award too. I got involved really with Outreach with John coming. They were talking about, this is when they were still down in the church, they were talking about having a capital campaign. It was right after the hospital had their capital campaign. John asked me if I'd sit in on it. I said, well, I'd be happy to because I'd want to talk you out of it.
That's true.
Because it wasn't the right time to do a capital campaign. We had drained the community when the hospital had their capital campaign. And so I did join the trustees then, and I think he was on board at that time, wasn't
Literally,
he?
we started at the same time.
I think that's when I was telling Kathy, I says, what you really need to do is you need to get more involved in the community. You need to get the Outreach name out in the community as to what Outreach does. Most people in our community didn't know what Outreach was, other than the picture program in the school. That's all I ever knew it was. And Kathy has done a pretty good job on that. She has went out, got involved in a lot of things, but I said, you can't just get involved. You gotta make sure your name is out there, what Outreach does. And I believe she's done a good job on that. Now here, thank you, Kathy, on that. But my honest opinion, I think, is the best thing that has happened here with Outreach is this art law. I think has given Outreach the most recognition in the community. What are you in your third year, fourth
It's
year?
our fifth year.
Fifth year.
Fifth year.
Well, it's brought a lot of people into the community. Yes, we copied Grand Rapids Outreach,
Yes.
and she'll admit that.
Yeah.
A lot much
We did.
much smaller scale.
Yeah.
We don't have the DeVos money up here, so. But I think they're doing a wonderful job on that, and it's been very successful, I think. It's brought a lot of people in, but most importantly, it has brought the recognition to Outreach here, the community. Everyone knows who Outreach is now. Now, we still have to continue that job. We need to get them in here to the store, purchase some things, get the gallery here, more exhibits going on in here, and most importantly, the programs that they do. I was really pleased to hear that since Open Distance, since you've hired your new director in here, you've doubled your classes. That's wonderful. That's a great thing for this community to get art awareness out there. Much more important than just in the school. So thank you, Kathy. Thank you, the board, the trustees, and everyone. And thank you for this.
Please eat cupcakes. I mean, you need to eat the cupcakes. Thanks all for coming.
Next, we'll head over to the Central Michigan University Research Corporation for the food truck battle.
Yummy.
Hi, we're here at Food Truck Friday, and we're just going to get some information about why this event is taking place today. So, can you introduce yourself and a little bit about the company?
Absolutely. Welcome to Food Truck Friday. Today we're having a face-off with a couple of local food trucks in the area. I'm Erin Strang. I'm with Central Michigan University Research Corporation.
All right, and what is the Research Corporation?
The Research Corporation, we're a business incubator and accelerator. We actually started Food Truck Friday because we had one of our companies that was trying to test the market. And so we said, hey, if you've got an opportunity, let's just open up the parking lot and bring food trucks in and see if there's any market for your company and if it's a viable company.
All right, I hear there's some friendly competition going on today. What is that? What's all involved in that?
Yeah, well, this is actually our third year for food trucks, and so this year we put a new spin on it. We've got a couple of food trucks. We're always going to have 2 food trucks facing off, and so everybody that comes in gets a vote, and at the end we'll have champions that will be able to come back and defend their titles.
Awesome. So when's the next Friday that this is going to happen?
We're every Friday from 11 to 2, rain or shine.
All right. Does it cost anything for them to come?
The food trucks come and set up. They run their own businesses. That's part of what we help them do is establish their own businesses and their own business models. These 2 are actually our first ones, are local food trucks right here in Mount Pleasant. Doesn't cost anything for them to attend, but people purchase their food and enjoy.
We're here with Killer Hibachi. Can you talk a little bit about who you are and why you're here today?
Yeah, I'm Tiffany Jackson, and we're here because they contacted us, and we're here to beat Los Jalapenos.
Awesome. Some good friendly competition. Can you talk a little about what Killer Hibachi is?
Yep, we're a Japanese steakhouse. We sell veg and rice with all of our meals, and it's chicken, steak, or shrimp.
So can you introduce yourself and explain who you guys are and why you're here today?
Yeah, well, my name is Alex. I'm the owner of Los Jalapenos food truck in Mount Pleasant. We offer in Mexican food, authentic Mexican cuisine. All my recipes, my food is pretty much from where I come from, Mexico City. And we do catering, we do takeout. We start setting up in different towns right now, in Midland, in Alma, and pretty much in Mount Pleasant.
Oh, cool. Why did you guys choose to come out to this event today?
I mean, because, well, the CMURC, they invite us just to be part of Food Truck Friday. And, you know, I really like it.
Can you explain a little bit about who you are and why you chose to come out today?
I'm Justin. I work for the campus, painting around town. But we came out today because we heard it was going on. We've seen these food trucks all over town and thought, you know, come out, try some of the good food and see what it's all about.
We're down at the votes. We got 80 to 83. That makes Los Jalapenos the Food Truck Friday champion.
Thank you.
Nice job, guys. Yeah, you can stick it on your truck or wherever you like. Yeah, nice job. It was
Thank
like
you.
3 votes.
Thanks. How you doing, man? Good. Good.
All right, next we're going to head up to Clare to the Doherty Hotel where we're going to start a mini series about Depression era art that is in Clare.
I am Sandy Doherty. You're now in the lounge of the Doherty Hotel, where many years ago in the 1930s, during the Depression time actually, the owner of the hotel, who was Grandpa Doherty, decided that he wanted some decoration in his lounge. It was getting time for the Prohibition to end. He knew it. He was a senator in Lansing, and he knew that the bars were going to be open again. Of course, at that time in this hotel, the bar, which was the speakeasy, was in the basement of this hotel. And you can still see it there. And sometimes they had to escape out of here, and there's a trap door under one of these floors, and the stairs are still there to escape if, in case they got raided. Yeah. But anyway, Grandpa was over in Saginaw, and his wife was shopping in a department store. And so when she came out, he said, "You won't believe what I've done." And of course, she knew that he did a lot of things that were questionable. And he said, "See that man standing over there? He's a starving artist. And I've hired him. He's coming up to Michigan, up to Clare, and he is going to paint some murals in the bar. And he's going to live at the hotel." And his name was J. McHugh. Is that his name? J. McHugh? McHugh. And anyway, he started painting all of these murals that are around that you'll see in a few minutes in this bar. And I think he was here about 6 months when Grandpa decided, well, I think that's long enough. We can stop. You can stop now. But when he was painting these murals, this hotel was a hideout and a hangout for a bunch of gangsters. Purple Gang, they called them. And they were out of Toledo, they came out of Chicago, Detroit, and they hung out here, and one of them happened to notice one afternoon that his picture was on one of these elves. So he complained to the management, and of course they had to take the pictures off so that people wouldn't recognize who they were. But anyway, as you're looking at these beautiful, beautiful murals that go around here, they were dedicated right around 1937, along with several other murals that were done in and around this town that were subsidized by the government, but this was done privately.
Sandy, I had heard one time that the artist, he did purposely painted the Purple Gang on to extend his stay, because he stayed here and he wanted the room and board, so he was mischievous, and that's why he did it. And then he'd have to take it off and repaint it, so that would make him stay longer.
I hadn't heard that, but I sure wouldn't doubt it with all the other stuff going on in this town at that time. You know, the town was full of interesting characters and things going on. Yeah. Well, this, because it was a lounge and it became a bar, and smoking and pipes and cigars were, you know, everybody had them, and the murals were really black. I mean, they were bad. And so my husband, A.J. Doherty the fourth, number 4, in 84 or 85, he had someone come in and redo the murals because they were so badly stained. And when you're swinging the camera around, the mural that's over the bar is the one that wasn't touched. So you can see just how bad the shape was. Yeah.
My father was a minister. We never came into the bar.
We are now in the Clare Post Office, and this building was dedicated in 1936. And a year later, Alan Thomas's mural, "The Mail Arrives in Clare," was used to decorate our post office. As you can see, the mail is arriving in a logging camp, which was a big industry here in Clare. Most of the post office works of art were funded through commissions under the Treasury Department section of painting and sculpture, and this was created in 1934. Later it was known as the Section of Fine Arts, or just the section. That was in 1938. Established in 1934, the section's main function was to select art of high quality to decorate public federal buildings, of course, which the post office is. If the funding was available, they could decorate with the murals. Usually 1% of the building costs were set aside to fund the artist program. By decorating public buildings like the post office, they felt that art was made accessible to all people. So in total, the section commissioned more than 1,300 murals and 300 sculptures, many in post offices throughout the United States of America. The procedure for the artists was quite strict. There were 16 regions in the United States, and artists would submit sculptures to the commission, and the commission was usually peers, artists, architects, and then they would judge these sketches, and those who were chosen then had to be chosen by the commission from the section. So it was kind of a long process, and they were trying to find high quality art. So once the artists were awarded the commission, they could then go to the community and kind of seek out what the community interests were, the events, and what the building function was. And as you can see, this is the post office. The mail is arriving in the lumber camp, so it did go along with the function of the post office. They were supposed to be realistic murals, real people in the community. They discouraged abstract and modern art. They were not too excited about that. So the post office murals were supposed to be 12 feet by 5 feet, which I think ours is quite close to that. And they were oil on canvas, and then they were put on the walls. Right now, the U.S. Postal Service is trying to preserve and protect these murals. Unfortunately, it's very difficult because some have disappeared, they're just gone. Some have deteriorated to the point where they can't be used. And usually, the artwork is worth more than the building. So we're very fortunate to have this mural. And the artist, Alan Thomas, was born in Jackson, Michigan in 1902. He was an illustrator, a painter, lithographer, block printer, and he went to the University of Pennsylvania Fine Arts Academy, and he died in 1974 in Stevens Point, Wisconsin.
I was about 8 or 9 years old at the dedication. We all stood out on the sidewalk. Well, it wasn't sidewalk then, it was just a dirt path. My father was a rural mail carrier at that time, and so we came to the post office and any of their functions.
How old were you at the dedication?
Well, I was about 9.
About 9 years old.
So your father was a minister and a postal worker?
Mm-hmm. And
Very
he had a mail route almost 37 years.
Really? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
And he was a farmer.
Ambitious. He was very ambitious.
Well, I was the youngest of 10.
There were 10 children.
He was very ambitious.
He kept us busy as well as he was busy.
Keep an eye out for our full documentary on the Depression art in Clare. For Art Review, I'm Eleanor and Paige.
And I'm Paige Van Osdal. See you next time.